Hello, welcome back. This is Shay. I have another word of encouragement and inspiration for you coming from James, the first chapter, verse 2 through 4, and it reads as following. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Today, I would just like to speak from the subject faith under fire. And you may be asking, what is a trial? A trial is an outward circumstance, a conflict, suffering, or troubles that we are experiencing. And suffering is never pleasant. In fact, it can be very grievous. But as believers, we are to consider our trials as opportunities to rejoice, recognizing that our troubles, our griefs, the difficulties that we are facing is an opportunity for us to grow spiritually. It's a tool that refines us and purifies our faith, producing patience and endurance. This is the testing of our faith, a necessary process for spiritual growth. And the purpose of our testing is not to destroy us, but to refine you, to purge you. Faith produces patience. Verse 4 says, but let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete. See, we are to stand fast under pressure, turning our adversities into opportunities to grow stronger in our faith and into a deeper relationship with the Lord. And I am reminded of the story of a silversmith. One day, a man wanted to learn more about the process of refining silver. So he visited a local silversmith and watched him at work. And he noticed that the silversmith took a piece of silver and held it over the fire and let it heat up. And as he was working, the silversmith explained how you must hold a piece of the silver in the middle of the fire where the flames were the hottest to burn away all of the impurities. So out of curiosity, the man watching asked, is it true that the silversmith had to sit there in front of the fire to watch the process the entire time? The silversmith nodded, yes. But he also stated that he not only had to sit there holding the silver, but he also had to keep his eye on the silver throughout the entire process as it was being tested in the fire. So the man asked, but why? And the silversmith responded that if he left it in the fire too long, that it would be destroyed. But you had to leave it in the fire long enough to serve the purpose, but not too long because you didn't want to ruin the silver. And you may be wondering, why am I sharing this story with you? Because God is like the silversmith, and we are his precious jewels. And I know that what you are experiencing right now, it's hard. And it seems like you are going through the fire. But know that God is right there with you. He is aware. He's watching. He's right by your side. He hasn't taken his eyes off of you. He knows how much it will take to get you to the level of spiritual maturity that you need to reach. He will not let you be destroyed. God doesn't waste our pain, our heartache, our suffering. In fact, he uses it to mature us. So your suffering is not in vain. And back to the story of the silversmith. The man watching asked one final question. How will you know when the silver is fully refined? And his response was this: when I can see my reflection, my image in it. And that is what God is saying to you today. That is the goal. And that's the purpose why sometimes he allows suffering. And I know that you are going through a lot right now, and you have experienced so much pain, and you feel like your faith is being tested. And God is saying, he's right there with you. He sees your pain. He hasn't forgotten about you, and he's working on you. He wants you to trust him. Don't give up. Let patience have its perfect work in you, and use this trial that you're experiencing as an opportunity to grow and to become more like God, so that others can see his reflection in you. In verse 12, God promises, blessed is the one who perseveres under trials, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. So I would just like to encourage you with this. I know that you may be feeling discouraged or like you're under attack. God has not forgotten about you. And what you are going through is just a test. Don't give up. God may seem silent, but remember, the teacher is always quiet during the test. Thanks for watching, and be encouraged. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.